Hey, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this update, we are going to check out ONDO's price chart. And if you remember, in the previous update, we were right in here, and the idea was that most likely we are having in this phase a correction structure, and our move down is going to continue a little bit because generally, if we are having a wave 2 in this whole area starting from the highest high, our correction back in here wasn't actually that deep. And one very important characteristic of wave 2 is being quite a strong and deep move down. That's why we said we're gonna have a move down, and that scenario pretty much played out. Question is, can we argue we have hit our final low? And if we can, is that enough for us to be bullish? And if it's not, what we need to see in order to talk bullish and say this point is our final low with a bit more confidence? Let's answer them all one by one. Question number one, can we argue this is the low? Yes, and here is how I can argue that. I still believe this is 5 wave down into A, this is correction into wave B, and from this high to about here, I'm gonna say we are having an ending diagonal in form of a wedge into our C leg, which looks like this. This is our initial move down into wave 1. Excuse me, let's just draw it again, okay? And this has to be the biggest wave, correction for wave 2, another move down into wave 3. It must be smaller than 1, correction for 4. It has to be smaller than wave 2, and this is the key, unlike a normal 5 wave, in here, we must have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and this is our final move down into wave 5, and it must be the smallest wave. And in terms of the sub waves, basically, you need to find ABCs for every single wave. I'm not going to draw it and waste your time. You get the idea. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is happening. So here's the situation. By like a very small margin, this move down is indeed smaller than this one. And when you go on some lower time frames, for these two moves in terms of the sub waves, you are 100% able to find 5 waves on the downside, and I think we can all agree this is also a clear ABC down. So technically, yeah, we can argue this is maybe a wave 1, correction for 2, another move down into wave 3, correction for 4, and yet another move on the downside into wave 5. Technically, this is possible. However, I have my doubts about whether this scenario is in play or not, and I'm going to wait a little bit more and see a very important structure on the upside. And if you are a regular viewer, you know what I'm talking about. If you want to say the low is already in, you need to be able to find a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. This specific example is an impulse. Rules for it are, we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4 and in any kind of 5 wave. Wave 3, excuse me, right in here should not be the smallest wave. This is a big no-no in Elliott's waves, and what I want to see in the short term is this. This seems to be kind of a strong move on the upside, so let's hope this is going to be into a wave 1, and then you want to see a slow move down, a correction for wave 2, followed by a rather sharp move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5, and I'm really hoping that in this phase we take this important high about, let's say, 98 cents, which will be definitely a great sign. So in ONDO, technically you can argue the low is already in, but that is not enough for us. You need to wait a little bit more and see a beautiful 5 wave up starting from the lowest low, and then wait for a correction structure down, and that pullback at that point, fair enough, can be a decent long opportunity. As long as we are not seeing this thing, I think we need to be a bit more patient. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in ONDO. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.